Too long.
Punch Bowl News, a Washington insider publication, regularly looks at the leaders of both parties and ranks them. Let's steal that idea just for today. Schumer and Jeffries, Dan, what letter grade would you give them for their performance so far in 2025? Letter grade for Schumer, letter grade for Jeffries in terms of their performance and serving the interests of their party.
Yeah, an F. They
Both
have no strategy.
Both of them F.
Both of them an F. Both of them remain. They started unsure of where to go. They remain terrified of the base. They have no understanding of modern tactics in terms of how to organize and break through. And they have zero strategy. And we are heading into a budget negotiation this fall after the disaster in March. They still have no strategy.
Sean, do you give him an F or an F minus? I guess is probably the question.
F plus.
Well, when I was in high school, we used to call it a circle D. And that meant, Mr. Spicer, you're failing the class, but you try, so we'll give you a pass. I feel like I don't even give them a circle D.
Yeah, they're not trying.
And that's right. I mean, Dan's right. It's the definition of the word flailing. When you're just throwing mud at a wall. Yeah. And that's what I think is happening.
Look at Schumer's Twitter feed yesterday. He tweeted about Jim Crow. He tweeted about Epstein. He tweeted about inflation, tariffs.
But even his tweets read like a statement in the congressional gallery, right? There's no,
because they are.
Yeah. There's no authenticity. There's no humor. There's nothing that breaks through. You read it and it's so dry and boring.
Yeah.
I'll give
them a D minus, but I'll say this: Punch Bowl can't give them an F because they need to get stuff from them every day.
I was going to say that's exactly.
We don't have that problem, but those two guys, I would say, more and more they look worse and worse. Like I thought, they're biding their time, they're figuring it out. Like they're going to have to figure out how they're going to raise money to try to do well in the elections. They have to figure out how to be relevant in these conversations. They're going to have to figure out, as you said, a strategy on appropriations, and they just don't seem like they get where they are.
So can I take this one step further? And this is to Dan. If we're both in agreement on this, and it's not like, you're saying a C and I'm saying a D and whatever, and I think Mark's and Al, we're all in general agreement that it doesn't look good. This is kind of like the Ken Martin situation in the sense that at what point do rank and file guys say, I can't sit back and watch this happen. We need new leadership. Is it, hey, we need to get our clocks clean. We need to set the election. But I think on all fronts, at some point, if I'm a rank and file member, we've seen this on the Republican side. Think about John Boehner, Paul Ryan, right? McCarthy, that sometimes greater than others, but there's a churn with some in our case, the conference, in your case, the caucus, of we need something to. We need to change things.
You can't beat something with nothing, and nobody's going to rise up against it.
Yeah, and I'll two things on that, Sean. One, watch for Schumer. He got Roy Cooper. He's trying to get Sherrod Brown in Ohio, and he's trying to get Janet Mills, the governor of Maine, to run against Susan Collins. If he gets all three, and somehow they're able to pull those out, then Schumer will buy himself more time because he is an inside baseball kind of operator.
Yeah.
I think if that doesn't happen and we don't make any progress, watch September, because I think we're going to cave on the budget. It's going to be a complete disaster. Booker's going to do what he just did. Booker's going to do what he did. Cortez Masto, Fetterman, what's her name in Michigan, others are going to say, you've lost your effing mind. Yeah. I'm going to sign this. Yeah. I think for Jeffries, if we end up netting a loss of 10 seats or more, he's gone. Although I watched the Congressional Black Caucus.
Yeah. Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss a clip, and you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to twoway.tv.